Creativity and chess. You may not know it, but playing chess can boost your creativity. Here's why. Brain is ticking. While you play chess, you think of ways on how you can outsmart your opponent. Your brain is at work here because you try to predict his next possible move. You study all the angles on which your opponent would make his next move. It's like you are both hiding in your battlefields, with each of you anticipating the move of the enemy, and this requires strategic planning. Creating hypotheses and theories. At the back of your mind, you're creating hypotheses. Each hypothesis has a theory. You study all the possible theories, weigh the pros and cons until you come up with the most viable solution. Most likely, you will use the theory on your next move. However, your opponent could have guessed your theory and so he counteracts it. It's a trial thing where both players learn their lessons from the moves they make. In case you get defeated on the next move, you would need to formulate another strategy. Endless strategies. Formulating move strategies in chess could be an endless process, especially if your opponent is very smart or very experienced in the sport. Whenever you think of strategies to outsmart your opponent, your brain is likewise at work here. Strategic planning in chess and creativity are both lifelong processes where there is no absolute solution. They both use our imagination. We have to come up with creative and different ways to beat our opponent. Following rules. Nevertheless, using our imagination does not mean we won't have to follow the rules. Although chess is a prescriptive game, it also gives leeway for players to plan their moves in a creative but logical way. Both imagination and logic are at work here. In other words, chess is not merely a logical game. It likewise stimulates your creativity at the same time. Thrill and challenge in the game. There's so much thrill in chess because both players are unaware of what each player is thinking, and it becomes even more challenging when the game is timed. You can apply this in any creative endeavor, whether in print or graphic. Creativity is imaginative, but it has to follow rules at the same time, whether grammar or structure, in print or proportion and harmony. Graphic. Chess could help a person become more creative because the player's mind is always stimulated while on the game. He cannot put his mind to rest. He has to study the opponent's next move. The players will continue to study each other's moves until the game is over. Similarly, when an artist does creative work, he continually studies his output until he is finished. Like the chess player, there is ongoing feedback going inside an artist's mind to refine his craft. We might assume the only difference between chess and doing creative work is that you can be a solo artist while you need an opponent in chess. With this in mind, we could say it is possible that you can hit two birds with one stone. If you're a good chess player, who really knows, you might have a hidden artistic talent.